Welcome to Cortburg Speaks Retirement, an audio podcast about investing in the stock market, financial planning, money management, and retirement planning. Each Wednesday, we help investors at all stages of life learn how to potentially grow and preserve their money from first job through retirement. Now here's your host, Miguel Gonzalez.
Good morning and welcome to the Cortburg Speaks Retirement audio podcast. This week, let's dispel some myths about trusts and help you decide if setting one up would work for you. For the average investor, setting up a trust with your estate attorney as part of your estate planning can make a lot of sense. For wealthy investors, it can be nearly essential. So why then do only 33% of Americans have a will or living trust? Truth is, as helpful as trust can be, there are a fair number of misconceptions about them, and those misconceptions can get in the way of taking action. But the beauty lies in the benefits. Trusts come with benefits for both the trustor as well as their heirs. Trusts do not simply ensure your assets are distributed according to your wishes. They ensure how the assets are distributed. And unlike a will, the provisions of a trust are private and not subject to probate. This means that they're private for you and your beneficiaries. Your information and legacy remain confidential, out of the public eyes of a court. There are also potentially improve the distribution of assets. Going through the court process can take a fair amount of time. In addition to that, it comes with its own share of fees. And setting up a trust may be less expensive than the cost your loved ones may incur with the probate process. That's because probate-related fees to the attorney and to the court can add up quickly. Beyond avoiding probate court, protection is another benefit of setting up a trust. This protection can play out in two ways with a revocable trust. First, when you pass away, the assets can continue to be held for the benefit of your beneficiaries, protected from creditors and divorcing spouses. A trust is controlled by you while you're living. Should you become incapacitated, the successor trustee should ensure you have the care you need. The responsibility of the successor trustee is to manage the assets and make payments on your behalf. But again, there's still common misconceptions about trusts. Because of the complexities that go with trusts, from the different kinds to the highly detailed laws that govern them, there are a number of myths that are associated with the trust. Myth number one, trusts are expensive. Truth is, when you compare the cost of creating a trust to the costs associated with probate, like probate court and lawyer fees, probate may be more expensive of the two. Myth number two, all assets should be put in a trust. Not necessarily. There's a process of distributing the assets in a trust, so it will take time. If there are loved ones who will need money immediately, those funds may be something to leave out of the trust. The most common designations are to individuals. For example, all to a spouse or in equal shares to children. However, a trust also can be named as an IRA beneficiary, and in many instances, a trust is a better option than naming an individual. Myth number three, if you have a trust, you do not need a will. Continuing with the idea from myth number two, a will is needed to deal with any assets left out of a trust that do not convey via beneficiary or transfer on death designations. So, to be sure that all assets are distributed as intended, even those left out of the trust, a will should always be in place. Myth number four, trusts ensure that my heirs will avoid probate court. Well, trust can enable your estate to avoid probate, but a poorly drafted trust can result in probate court. Similarly, assets owned outside of a trust may still be subject to probate. As mentioned earlier, working with an experienced estate attorney is key. And myth number five, all trusts offer tax advantages. Remember, there are a number of different kinds of trusts. So while some do offer tax advantages, not all do. Revocable trusts, in particular, offer no tax advantages and do not require a separate income tax return during your trustee's life. These are just a handful of just some of the myths that create an air of confusion. And given the technical complexity of a trust, it is easy to see how myths lead to misconceptions. If anything, that is all the more reason to talk with your financial professional who can partner with you and your trust attorney in this area. Reach out to them to learn more. And also make sure to visit our website, www.cortburgretirement.com. Our site is filled with educational videos, ebooks, publications, and financial calculators designed to help you learn more about your finances. As you search our site, send us a note regarding any questions you may have about any particular investment concepts or products, and we will get back to you quickly with a thoughtful answer. This is Miguel Gonzalez, Certified Retirement Counselor and Managing Partner with Cortburg Retirement Advisors, signing off for this week's educational podcast.
The opinions expressed and material provided are for general information and should not be considered a solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security. Opinions expressed are subject to change without notice and are not intended as investment advice or a solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security. Please consult your financial professional before making any investment decision. Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Private Advisor Group, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Private Advisor Group, LLC, and Cortburg Retirement Advisors, Inc. are separate entities from LPL Financial. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal.